I think from what we understand about what the president's going to say, the threefold structure of his plan of attack is the right one. Number one, you do have to respond militarily to ISIS soldiers and fighters. I mean, these guys are fighting a war of the imagination, a war that they think is happening between the forces of good and evil. There is no negotiation. There's no diplomacy. There's nothing to talk about with these guys. They have to be destroyed. But the congressman is absolutely right. What makes ISIS so powerful and potent is that they have managed to use grievances that a lot of Iraqis have, that a lot of Syrians have, frankly, that a lot of Muslims around the world have had to draw people to their cause. And unless those grievances can be addressed, the appeal of a group like ISIS isn't going to work. And then finally, of course, you got to deal with the mess in Syria eventually.
Yeah. And neither of you know this. Both of you know that you're both not strangers to the argument that Islam is a violent religion. I want you to listen to what Bill Maher tweeted in his response to the recent ISIS beheading videos. Here's what he says. He says, ISIS, one of thousands of Islamic militant groups, and that's who was addressing the New York Times, he says, beheads another. But why, by all means, let's keep pretending all religions are alike. What's your response to that?
Well, Islam isn't a violent religion or a peaceful religion. It's just a religion. And like all religions, it is absolutely dependent on the interpretation of whomever follows it.
I think it's interesting that you say it's not a peaceful religion, because most Muslims will say that Islam is a peaceful religion.
I completely understand why most people of faith, regardless of the faith, think that the radicals and extremists within their faith are not really Jews, are not really Christians, are not really Muslims. But the fact of the matter is a Muslim is whoever says he's a Muslim. A Jew is whoever says he's a Jew. The problem, however, is when we take the actions of an infinitesimal group and make it somehow predictive of the actions of everyone else, 1.6 billion Muslims in this case, that's when the argument becomes completely strained and unbelievable. But the fact of the matter is, if you're a violent, warmongering person, you can find justification in any scripture. If you're a peaceful, pluralistic person, you can find justification for your views in the exact same